However, going to work, I see they're putting up a light behind the courthouse where that bend is. Where did they get the money for that? How did that all get approved? Where are the priorities? Do they need a flashing light there? Are we paying for that? Did the state pay for that? I don't know. Then, I know we had a meeting here to change that traffic pattern, and everybody in that area was notified. I would assume that the fire chief was notified. Now I hear the fire chief saying what Councilor Mitchell just said. I can get my trucks in, I can't get my trucks out. 3rd Street, Branch Street, all small streets. What kind of trucks are you buying? We have a city with narrow roads. Should we be purchasing large fire trucks, or should we be purchasing fire trucks that will fit down the city street?
We've all heard the $1 million figure. It's been thrown around, but there was never any documentation provided to substantiate that claim. So to this day and to this point in time, I've never seen any documents, I don't know if anyone else has, that show how it's going to cost $1 million. And I think that Councilor is right. We're forgetting the fact that there were lights already there. And the question that's been asked that's never been answered is, where are the lights that were there already? Are they in some storage barn or shed of Mass DOT somewhere in the state? I don't know, but there were already lights that were there. So whether it costs $100,000 or $200,000 for lights, I don't know that we need brand new lights. Where are the lights that were already there?
This administration should be working with this council to lobby our legislators, to lobby their colleagues to get this passed. It's not just let's send it to Boston and then leave it in their hands. We still have a lot of work to do to help them get this past the State House.
I agree.
And that's something that I don't want people to think that just because it's off our desk, it's out of sight and out of mind. We've got to continue to work hard on this because the legislature's going to need our help. And I certainly hope the administration works just as hard as lobbying for this as they were lobbying for casino a year ago. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be very disappointed. With that, to get the senators involved, to get the legislators involved, I said keep them separate. Send that letter. Did that letter go out? To the chairman of the ordinance committee. Did we send through the chair? Did we send a letter out to the congressman and everyone else to work on this issue?
The request, as I recall, Mr. President, was to have the administration provide the option directly to Federal Highway, not wait for DOT to give it to them because they were saying they weren't. We asked the administration to provide the option that we all had to come up with at the meeting that we had, the special meeting. We said provide it directly to Federal Highway, and even though we don't have standing, in order to provoke a response from them, the administration was going to petition Congressman Frank McGovern, Kerry, and Brown.
Thank you, thank you. That answers the question. So we did everything that my colleague is saying he would hope we were going to do. Let's not go the home rule petition route. Let's go that route. We are going that route. But in the meantime, this is an alternative. It's a different method of doing it. And if that fails, we still have this option. Now, the day that they tell us, as you say, we should all work together, we're trying to work together. This has been going on for almost 6 months now. We've been very patient. The people there have been more patient than I can ever imagine. And none of us here know what they're going through.
Council Vice President, I think sending a letter from a committee on ordinance addressing the different legislators is certainly a start. But if we're serious about it, what it requires is individuals going to the meetings that happened at the waterfront, Heritage Park, where DOT was there, personally intervening. What it requires is all of us picking up the phone, calling Bonnie Frank's office, calling Senator Kerry's office, calling the state senators, calling the state reps. Not just a letter that gets sent out and signed. It's going to require a full court press. And it has been my experience that that personal contact, working with the legislative body, and I know some of my colleagues have done that, and I know some of the reps have been involved, but I think I would rather have my legislators, my senators, my congressmen, working directly with the DOT to find a solution on not only this, but on the other things that they're proposing that have avoided the recommendations of the master plan that many people in this community have worked on for years for the future of the city.